Hey everybody, it's Jason O'Phil, and today's video we're going to be going over the recent announcements from both Hot Toys and Sideshow Collectibles in regards to their 1/6 line and Force Friday Star Wars Rogue One releases. Once again, a special shout out goes to SuperBadActionFigures. If you notice, across the bottom of the images that you're about to see, there is going to be a special code in regards to these items. So I'm very excited about that. First of all, let's start with Hot Toys reveal of the Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Vader. Now, right away, we can already see that there are some noticeable differences in this 1/6 scale figure from the original to this release. One of the biggest differences that I have noticed is actually in the helmet. Now, if you have the original trilogy Darth Vader, you know it has a little bit of a matte paint to it. This one has much more of a high gloss sheen, making the helmet look a little bit more metallic, at least in my eyes. It also appears that the body has been more filled out. There is one little side effect to the original trilogy Darth Vader that's already been released, is the body is fairly bulky. This one looks a lot more movie accurate. Also, as you can see, his undergarments have a little bit more of a nice texture to them. They're laid differently, which gives this figure a lot more going for it in movie accuracy. Now, I have seen on a lot of the forums that people are not very excited over the fact that he doesn't have a light up lightsaber. I think that more has to do with the fact that we just might not see Darth Vader use his lightsaber in this film, and that is okay. I'm sure you'll be able to buy the extra hand on eBay if you really want it and switch out your original trilogy Darth Vader, which is what I'm going to do for this Rogue One Darth Vader. As you can see, he does have a brand new awesome stand with a Death Star background, a variety of hands. I personally, as much as I love my original trilogy Darth Vader that I have from Hot Toys, I've been very vocal about the fact that I never liked the sound effect technique. It was annoying to deal with. So for me, for collectability, for simplicity, I am actually going to be getting this particular 1/6 scale Darth Vader. The next figure that Hot Toys, of course, announced is the Shore Trooper. Now, not much is known about the Shore Troopers other than their look that we're seeing here. For the first time, we see the different color schemes. Obviously, the one that they're releasing, I feel, must be one of the commanders, as you can see with the blue plating on the armor. That's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong. I do really like the look of this figure. I like the weathered look on the armor. Obviously, this is a figure that's dealing with a very different climate than other stormtroopers that we have seen, such as the Snow Trooper or the indoor-based stormtroopers. I do notice also that we have, of course, cloth pants, so there's a little bit more mobility that is being shown in these particular stormtroopers, and I do think it's one of the core reasons why they are not as expensive as the other stormtroopers, or in that case, the First Order stormtroopers. Once again, you get an environment themed base, this one looking like the Death Star, or the flip side, which has artwork. Now, I personally really love, once again, the look of this particular figure, and I'm hoping to add him to my collection, or her. You don't know. Him or her. Next, we have Sideshow's 1/6 scale reveal of the TIE Fighter pilot. This actually looks to be an upgraded version of their original TIE Fighter pilot. I have to give props to Sideshow. I really do feel over the last 2-3 years they've been upping their 1/6 scale game and competing with Hot Toys and other 1/6 scale companies. Now, there is not a lot, of course, to the TIE Fighter pilot. You do, as you can see here, get a variety of hands. But I do think that not only the paint, the plastic, and the material for the outfit look incredible. Last but not least, in our Stormtrooper line, we have the Death Trooper Specialist. This is probably the one I'm the most excited about in regards to the Stormtroopers. Now, first of all, if you don't realize this Death Trooper is actually about the exact same height as Captain Phasma, which really could lead a lot of fan fiction to who Captain Phasma could really be. I love the black metal sheen. There's something about this trooper that makes me feel like these are specifically employed by Darth Vader to take out the rebellion. One of the things that I'm loving about the new Star Wars movies and the fact that this universe is getting larger and larger once again is we get to see all different facets, not only of the rebellion, but of the Empire. And I'm really loving the different looks, the distinct different looks of these troopers. It makes me really excited at what could still be coming. Last but not least, of course, we have Luke Skywalker as seen in The Force Awakens. Now, I have seen complaints on the forums that people are saying that they are going to wait for episode 8 Luke Skywalker's because then he'll have possibly a lightsaber, something we don't know. But for me, I actually really want this incarnation of Luke Skywalker. I love the Obi-Wan look. I feel it represents so much of his journey, and it makes me very excited that Hot Toys, albeit a year late in some regards, is doing this figure. The sculpt on Mark Hamill, I think, is impeccable. I think it looks exactly like him. I love that we're not doing real hair. I love the molded hair, as I've discussed before. I am hoping by the time this figure does come out, they have changed the hand to make it a little bit more robotic looking. Right now, it looks a little bit too plasticky for my taste, but that doesn't mean that I don't want this figure and have every intention of adding this figure to my collection, which I do. Of course, the pre-order bonus is you do get the diorama figure base, which is different from the normal figure base, which is why I reached out to do it, because that's the one I want. Well, everybody, I'm Jason O'Phil. Don't forget, you can always like my Facebook, you can follow me on Instagram, and if you enjoy my videos, you can subscribe to this channel or like them and share them. Once again, a shout out to SuperBadActionFigures. All their information is right here. If you use the coupon code ROGUE1, Tim will take very, very good care of you. Just reach on out. And as I always say, it doesn't matter who you are or what you are. The one thing we share in common is we're geeks, and that makes us all pretty awesome. See you guys next time.